Make Pop it off at your...
Come and guest on our show.
Come and guest on our show.
A mic is waiting for you.
A mic is waiting for you.
Where the topics are all over the place and there's no fondue. Can you tell stupid jokes?
Can you tell stupid jokes?
Are you funny at all?
Are you funny at all?
Got a studio space that needs some taste. Now I want fondue. You know we might have you back again. Promise to listen to you. Can you bring some fondue?
Can you bring some fondue?
And the skewers too. Hello and welcome to Just Us Thinking. I'm Michael.
And I'm Rebecca.
And here we go for another show.
Yes, we are. We're going to go to the dark side.
We are?
Yeah.
Oh, the dark side of comedy, aren't we?
Yes.
Yep, so welcome to the dark side.
Thank you.
God, this is comedy. Comedy is kind of, I don't know, sad.
Yeah, it can be. I definitely get where you're coming from on that one. So,
so I think we could start with some of the more famous comedians that have passed away.
Yeah.
So we kind of have a list.
Yeah.
Kind of a sad list, actually, isn't it?
I know. The one that gets me really...
don't start with him. He's a good one.
All right. We'll save him for
Start at the bottom of the list.
So we have Andrew Koenig.
Yep. Andrew Koenig, Koening.
Yep. He was from Growing Pains, and I think he did a Batman movie.
Yeah, he did like Batman Dead End.
Oh, okay.
I don't
think
know.
I've ever heard of that one.
It very well could have been a video game or something. You got to understand, a lot of them did voice acting.
Yeah.
So they did that. If I remember right, he was the... Did you ever watch Growing Pains?
I think I did. I don't remember.
It had... the brother from DJ from...
Oh, yeah.
God, I can't remember his name.
Really?
Yeah. They're brother and sister, yeah.
Kirk Cameron.
Kirk Cameron, yep. Yeah. So you had Kirk Cameron, and then his sister.
Okay.
And then the younger brother.
Right.
That was Andrew.
Oh, that was? Oh,
yep.
Okay.
And then later on they brought in Leonardo DiCaprio. Do you remember that?
Vaguely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, kid was... The problem with the... Tough when you're a kid actor.
Oh, yeah.
Child actors, that's not good for them.
Yeah.
So...
a lot of them are, I would say, not really messed up in the head, but they have issues.
Well, I think they get issues because of some of the stuff they go through.
Yeah.
So, and then we have Richard Jenny.
Yeah, I was going to look him up again because
he was in The Mask. He was a character. He played in The Mask. He's a pretty well-known person. Now that you're looking up, you probably know who he is, right?
Yeah, he's done Platypus Man.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
The Mask, Just Ride.
Just Ride, Bird.
Yeah. He did a lot of open mic and stuff like that.
Yeah, he looks a little bit... he looks more familiar now. I was confusing him with somebody else. So
okay.
I was like, let me double check that.
Yep. And then, was it Ray Combs?
Ray Combs, yeah.
He was the host from Family Feud.
Before Steve Harvey.
Huh?
Before Steve Harvey.
Was he right before Steve Harvey?
I think so.
Okay. I don't remember. Here's the thing. I don't know if I was... and Steve Harvey's a good comedian, too.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The history of people who have hosted the Family Feud isn't a good history. I think he was way back in the black and white days. I think.
Yeah, he was... Yeah.
I think he might have been right before... Who was the one that kissed everybody? The host that went around kissing everybody?
I don't remember. He was in the second run and its first revival.
Okay.
So like 1988 through 1993.
Okay. So he was there before and then he came
Yeah.
back. Okay. Um,
He looks really familiar, like another guy too.
okay.
Sorry.
Nope, that's okay. And then, so these are comedians or people who have committed actually suicide.
Yeah.
Charles Rocket.
Charles Rocket.
Yep.
Yeah, he was in some pretty big movies like Dances with Wolves.
Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
He was a pretty big guy too.
Yeah.
So, what about this next one on the list?
The next one is Freddie Prinze.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Freddie Prinze Jr.'s father,
Right.
who did stand-up comedy. He was a comedian. He was in a few. You could see him around. So he was pretty big then too. And of course, the legend,
homie, Robin Williams.
Yep. So the thing that all these guys have in common are they all committed suicide.
They all had some kind of personal demons.
Comedy comes from sometimes it comes from a dark place. I mean, you got to understand that and you could we're going to see where this goes because we're going to see how comedy works when we talk about comedians that have committed suicide.
Okay.
You have to, whatever you're going through personally, Robin Williams probably did it the best. No one knew how bad he was.
Oh yeah, they all say no one ever knew. Yeah.
Yeah, he slapped a smile on his face. He went in. He goes, "Hey, I'm just," and that I guess that was his way of coping with. If he could make other people laugh, maybe it made his pain less.
I could see that. That would be one way to cope with it. Yeah.
So, and if I want to say that he was dealing with some other stuff too. So here's the thing is when they start to age and once they're not able to do that comedy anymore. They're not able to go out on tour. They're not able to do all that
I don't
stuff.
think he was that old, was he?
He was, look him up. He was getting up there pretty good. So, but you got to understand that he started, it's a shelf life with this.
Okay.
So I think once you start getting to the point where you've been there, done that, I don't know if you get to the point where you're just you've already done it. So now you're getting to the point of what the point.
Yeah, he was only like 63.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 63. He was almost a senior citizen.
Yeah.
But once you start getting up to that, once you start hitting your 40s, 50s, 60s, and you're not able to run the life that you used to,
Yeah.
because that age starts to get to you.
Oh, that's true.
You
yeah.
start to slow down.
Yeah.
And then does that where the depression kicks on and they're like, I can't do this anymore?
Maybe, yeah. Because that's, because he had a big career, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He was,
Like
Robin Williams was one of the masters.
Oh, yeah. He was so good.
Now, I got to ask.
Okay.
If Robin Williams was still around, would he make fun of death? If any of these actors were around, would they make fun of death?
That's a good question.
Yeah. It depends on how dark or how, I want to say Robin Williams was a little more lively.
Yeah, I don't know if I could see him doing it maybe, but I don't think I could see him doing it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I could.
Oh,
I
okay.
could. I saw some of his, he had some dirty comedy.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You haven't, the whole golf thing? No. Oh, my goodness. He went crazy.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. So,
okay.
There's you see him in the Mrs. Doubtfire and the Bicentennial Man and all, and the what?
Jumanji.
And Jumanji, yeah. So you see him playing a different character.
Yeah.
He had some dark roles that he played, too.
Oh, okay.
So, would he... I don't know. I think it's how you feel about death in your own personal demons.
Yeah.
I would say if someone, Robin, I would pretty much think that Robin Williams or a lot of these comedians would probably say, if you get a good laugh, then you can make fun of me dying. But if it doesn't make a laugh, keep your mouth shut.
Okay.
I think that's how I would feel it.
Yeah.
So
I could see that to him. Okay.
I'm nowhere near their level.
Yeah.
Love to be one day. But my comedy's just, I don't know, different.
Yeah.
I'm not to there. Those are the kings of comedy right there.
They are. Yeah.
And there's others, but yeah, I don't know. They had that stage presence. They had that. You watch them, you're like, man, these guys are awesome.
Yeah.
So
I'm starting to remember like Richard Jenny a little bit more. So.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just crazy how.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just amazing the differences that they all took their lives. They were, they punched the clock and they said, we're done.
Yep. I mean, I guess, they went out on their own terms, so.
Yeah, and,
I mean, that could be good or bad, I guess, depending on how you look at it.
When you're done,
You're done.
when you're done, you're done.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything else Robin Williams could have done. I mean, he was a king of been there, done that.
Yeah.
I think I read like most of Aladdin was like he just rambled.
Oh, really?
And they have so much material that they could make that movie 10 times over again.
Oh, wow.
And I was told that he like went off on a tangent. They liked it so much, they actually went back to the animators and said, I need you to add this in here. So he actually made them do more work.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
It's crazy because I think of Robin Williams, I'm thinking, what a rock star.
Yeah.
And then I remember watching him in Mork and Mindy. And I couldn't stand Mork and Mindy.
I never watched that show. I mean, I've seen it and I know what it was, but I've never really watched it. So.
Yeah, I could not stand him in Mork and Mindy.
Yeah. Wasn't that like they were in space or something?
No, he was an alien that like came through from, it was Nanu. And
oh, okay.
I hated the show. I couldn't stand that. There's other actors that I'm like, where they started, I couldn't stand them. And now all of a sudden I'm like, wait, I like this guy.
Yeah. Or vice versa.
Or
you have some people that you liked early on that, no longer like. So
that's true.
I mean, I can think of a few people too. So.
Right. So where do you draw? So where is the line drawn in comedy? What's off limits? What's not off limits?
Ooh.
And I think that's subjective. It depends.
Yeah.
Because there's some dark humor out there.
There is. I mean, I would have to say, probably one of the obvious is like child porn or something like that.
If that's off the limits, then why are all the priest jokes out there? Right?
That's true.
I mean, Mikey, what was the last song we just heard?
Hold on.
Well,
what buttons? It was
there's a Super Bowl song, right?
Yeah, it was Not Like Us.
Not Like Us. Yep.
I remember Not Like Us.
Yep.
And that was by Kendrick.
Yep. So he basically calling Drake a pedophile.
Yeah, called out Drake as a pedophile. Like, so that's what he did.
There's your child pornography right there. That's out the window.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Okay.
You got anything else?
I don't think so.
People dying is, that's on. Here's the thing. I remember watching a roast. It was a roast, and it was, people will know the roast if you want to go look at it. I guess one of the comedians, his dad died in 9/11.
Oh.
And I guess he went out there and he was like, he was like, those jokes were so bad, and then he told a 9/11 joke
Oh.
about his dad. Like he's like, that was so bad. Something about it with his father dying in 9/11. He goes that joke was worse than me finding out my dad died in 9/11. He made his own joke about it. I was like, holy crap. So yeah, I mean, I haven't seen anything off the table.
Yeah.
Wild hogs. They're sitting at the table. He's like, all I could think of is racist jokes.
Yeah.
He's like, do tell. So, I mean, I think to tell a good joke, it has to be funnier than it is offensive. So
that would make sense. Yeah.
You
Okay.
you have to.
Yeah, because I mean, if you just say an offensive statement, it's really not that funny. So.
No.
Yeah.
But if you also have to know your audience.
Right. That's one of the most important things.
Right.
Yeah. Know your audience.
Yeah. So you could make a joke about, racism.
Yeah.
And it was a comedian. We'll have to look it up. Mikey will have to put him there. He was telling a joke about you couldn't do blackface.
Oh.
And he's like, so he starts asking the audience, some people in the audience. And then, he looked up, he goes, well, I have to ask the black faces. You white people don't know. Which, it was hilarious. His delivery was much better than mine, trust me. But he said that, and he goes, blackface isn't good. Unless you and I are in the Navy SEALs, and my pasty ass is out there, and either we're going out, either I put on blackface, or we both die, I'm putting on blackface for it.
Yeah.
Because that's what the SEALs do. Blackface is horrible, but the SEALs make it look really cool. Okay. His delivery and his stand-up on it was phenomenal.
Who was
it was
it?
Great. I have to look him up.
Oh, okay.
We could see if we could find him and put him a link
Okay.
in the comments, but he was really good. So yeah, you could say some things that are racist. Mm-hmm. I think what also drives it is you have to. So let me put it this way. If you're a member of the KKK and you start telling racist jokes, those aren't jokes.
No.
You're giving a conference at your KKK meeting. If you are not a racist and you say racist jokes, and everybody knows that you're not a racist, you can get away with it.
Okay.
I think that's kind of the way it works.
Yeah.
Right? I mean...
yeah, you're right. Yeah. It makes sense.
Yeah, I mean... If you're a racist and you say racist jokes, you're not saying those to be funny.
Yeah.
You're
just being mean.
Right. I mean, so, I don't know. I mean, a good one is Blazing Saddles.
Oh my God.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, they had him with a KKK. Oh yeah, he just got from a cross burning. See, it's coming off, and it's a black guy in a KKK outfit. Hilarious comedy,
right?
Because I know neither one of those characters were racist.
Yeah.
They probably had a little bit of fun with it, and
Which you could do back in the day like that.
I like that type. I like those type of racist jokes that are so absurd that I'm hoping people watch it and go, that is, if people think that way, they are batshit crazy.
Yeah.
If you go way over the top like that, that's where I want to say, yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's really, I don't think there's a limit on what you can say as long as it's funny.
Right. Okay.
So, your mom jokes,
Yeah.
it's that, that's crazy.
Took me a minute to get that.
What, your mom jokes?
Yeah. I was like, what?
Do you know any mom jokes?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard them, so I was just...
Can you say one?
Probably not.
You don't know? You can't say a
No.
mom joke?
Nope.
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 There's so many of them. There are so many of them.
Yeah.
Mikey, you know some, right? Do you want to Tell your mom a mom joke. Tell your mom a mom joke.
I don't think I do. I don't think I don't think I should.
Do you know any mom jokes?
I know one.
Okay, say it.
Yo mama's so stupid that she thought a candy wrapper was an actual wrapper.
Wow.
Oh.
They're that like they are terrible.
Your mama's
Yikes.
teeth are so yellow you could butter a loaf of bread with them.
Yo mama's so stupid the zombies would walk past her in a zombie apocalypse.
Oh. Yeah, see, so there's all that kind of...
There's so many.
yeah.
And they're
Blonde
funny.
jokes. Blonde
Oh,
jokes.
no.
Oh,
You know, there's just tons of those.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Those are terrible.
Right?
Horrible.
So I don't think when it comes to comedy, I don't think there's any limit on what you can and can't say.
Okay.
I think if you say it right, you could pretty much say anything you want.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm not that edgy. We're gonna see. We have some things brewing that we're gonna see. I'm gonna push the limit on some of the stuff we're doing.
Okay.
And I want to get like, I don't know if I might go over the line, but I'm going to get so close to that line that my toes might be behind it, but my whole body's in front of it. We'll see how this goes.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, what?
Nothing.
Well, you know some of them because I talked to you about some of them.
Yeah.
And you're laughing because you're an idiot. That's what you're saying.
Pretty much.
So,
but, yeah.
Now, what makes a good joke and what makes a good comedian is also being able to laugh at themselves.
Yeah.
That's a key thing too.
Yeah.
No one's perfect. No one's, there's no perfect person out there.
Right.
We all have flaws and everything else. And some of the funniest things is when you pick on yourself a little bit. I know a couple. I know Robin Williams did a little bit of that
really?
himself. Yeah, yeah.
I might have to go back and listen to some of his earlier stuff, I guess.
If you do, Robin Williams did a thing about the invention of golf. It is by far one of my favorite parts of golf.
Oh, okay.
It is by far one of my favorites. It was great. He was raunchy. Bob Saget got raunchy sometimes too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know he did. Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's just, I think with comedy, we all have tragedy, and I think people like Robin Williams and some of these other comedians that were dealing with depressions and their own internal demons, they needed a way to escape that.
Yeah.
And I think they went into comedy.
That's a pretty good escape, though, to go into comedy, though. Because,
Yeah.
at least you're hopefully having fun
Yeah.
with it.
Well, if you're funny, you are.
Yeah.
If you're depressed and everything, you try to go to comedy and you suck at comedy,
You're not a
then
comedian.
you're not a comedian.
Find a different job.
Or just kill yourself now. Whoa, see?
That was wrong.
Was it wrong or was it funny?
Both.
Okay. So, don't give me this is wrong shit, because I've shown you some fucked up shit
Yeah.
that you laughed at.
I know.
Okay? We've all done that. Everybody here has going, that's fucked up, but that's funny as shit.
Yeah.
We've all like looked down and like watched something that we know we should not have laughed at.
Yeah.
People falling. Oh
yeah.
And they got hurt, and you're like, ooh, that had to hurt, but damn, she did it so
I
well.
know.
Man, that was funny.
Like, all of those are hilarious.
Yeah. A lot of them it's comedy is delivery.
Yeah.
It's all how it's delivered. There's some comedians that are very like Ron White.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Ron White is I'm a serious person telling you the crazy story.
Yeah.
And then you have...
He's, like, crazy himself, I think.
Well, Yeah.
Yeah.
Ron White, we love you. Don't do anything stupid. Stick around a little longer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's. I don't know if when you get to the end of the rope, you just want to go out with a bang.
Again, so wrong, but so
The
funny.
the puns are there.
Okay,
The puns are
yeah.
there. I mean, it's the easiest way to go. Let's be honest. I
Yeah.
mean, I hate to say it, but bullet to the brain is let's get it over and done with.
Okay.
There's no way I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to hang myself. I'd be so goddamn
That would
paranoid
be like the
that
worst.
I wouldn't die.
Yeah.
I'm
That
like,
takes a little bit.
or my head pops off and is rolling around in some gruesome scene. That's going to be horrible.
I know, but you don't feel it. At least, I mean. Well,
Really? So do you have a Ouija board and you're saying, hey,
No, I mean it's pretty.
that hurt?
Isn't it pretty instantaneously or whatever?
I don't know anybody that hung themselves and had
Yeah.
their head popped off and had a conversation later, said, hey, how'd that feel? That's not a conversation I've had.
Oh yeah, and I guess we've all seen it on TV, so
I don't, I
We
mean,
don't know.
and the scientists could say whatever they want,
yeah.
but I'm sorry, I'm not taking that chance.
Okay.
My fat ass is going to pop my head like a pimple. Holy shit. What's that going to be like?
All explodes. Wow.
Oh, that 2x4 didn't hold his fat ass. I mean, that's what it's going to come down to, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Just say a bullet to the brain and be done with it.
Okay.
And it just that's what it does. So I don't know. I mean, that's like I said, comedy comes from dark, and you take those experiences and you're trying to liven them up.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. It's Kill Tony. Have you seen him? I showed you some
Oh,
of his
okay.
stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. You showed me the. Other day.
And sorry if I offend anybody. This is some of his words, not mine. He says he has funny retards that come on.
Yeah.
So I was like, I was watching Kill Tony. I'm like, I wish I could get big enough to be on Kill Tony. I watched some of the comedians, and then I was watching them. They're kind of cool, and it's all people. Like one kid, he can't really speak, so he uses a phone to do all of it.
Oh.
One person had in a wheelchair, so it's all and he jokes about it. And I'm like, now I don't want to be on Kill Tony. I mean, because if I'm really, really funny, are they going to think I'm just retarded or what? Because I don't know where that's going to go.
Yeah.
So if I get invited in Kill Tony, is it because he thinks I'm retarded, or does he think I'm disabled some way, or because I'm actually funny? So I can't do your show, Kill Tony. I can't do it. I don't know where that's going to be. I will never be on Kill Tony.
Okay.
Kill Tony could be on my show, but I can't be on Kill Tony. I would wonder forever.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks I'm special,
Well.
and not the funny ha special. The funny in the mental.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can't do that. Sorry, Kill Tony, not for me.
No.
Can't do you.
Yeah.
Well, and he's gay, so I mean, I'm not his type.
Oh.
What are you, Mikey's over there?
I can't with you. I can't. I can't.
What did I say?
Really? That's what you're gonna go with?
It was the dark side of comedy. We were going dark.
Yeah. Get with the program here, Mikey.
And the backside of a man's ass doesn't see the sunshine in 3 damn days. There's no sun shining back there.
No. No, there's not.
Done. Nope. We're done. We're done. We're done.
I think we're done. Okay.
I think we're done.
Well,
All
if you
right.
like our show and you want to listen to us, hear us more often,
Yep.
you can find us on all the podcast players.
Yep. At Just Us Thinkin, but don't forget to drop that G.
Yep. And then, of course, YouTube, Rumble, video players. We're trying to push our platform over to the video. But if you still just want to, throw us on Spotify or iHeart and listen to us there, yeah, we're there. You miss all our facial expressions because I like to say some like really crazy things to try and make Rebecca go, "What the hell are you talking about?" And Mikey too. So that's always fun to mess with him.
Come check it out because he does that a lot.
All right, I think that's our show. I think we're gonna go to the after show.
All right, bye everybody.
Come and guest on our show.
Come and guest on our show.
A mic is waiting for you.
A mic is waiting for you.
Where the topics are all over the place and there's no fondue. Can you tell stupid jokes?
Can you tell stupid jokes?
Are you funny at all?
Are you funny at all?
Got a studio space that needs some taste. Now I want fondue. We might have you back again. Promise to listen to you. Can you bring some fondue?
Can you bring some fondue?
And the skewers too. This concludes our broadcasting day.